How are you answering that question for a woman who's a wife?
Sometimes you don't know. Sometimes it's the corny guy, because there's a bunch of stories about the corny guy that you never seen yourself with. And I've been with him for 15, 20 years. I put it this way. Any woman who's dealt with several guys, there was guys you liked in the beginning and guys you didn't like in the beginning, but none of them are here. You understand what I'm saying to you?
So do you feel like they're showing up as the representative?
Everybody. A woman that shows up in makeup is showing up as a representative.
That has nothing to do with nothing.
I've talked to a lot of men, and we kind of all high-level men. We don't care about the materialistic stuff women care about at all. We don't care about the makeup. We don't care about the hair. None of that. Softness, accountability. Accountability.
It's a big one.
Self. I'm gonna say one more thing. Self-accountability.
Where the disappointment comes in is if this is your best fit, and this is you. When you guys was talking about you might be dealing with a guy, somebody you might have attracted, and you know right away that this ain't it, we forgot the other part. What about the guy you're excited about in the beginning?
But you still know
what I mean?
if it's it or not. Either way, it's just the energy thing. It's the actual intuition thing.
I'm just saying, everybody's not the same.
No, of course.
So somebody has met a man that they was excited about before.
Yeah.
Early. You understand what I'm saying to you? And so
It's been a
the
minute.
point is we start putting time on it. You know what I'm saying? You said something about 3 weeks or what have you. But you know a man, he can rock out for 3 months, 6 months, sometimes a year. You know what I mean? So that's when you have to be in a space where you have your own standards, your own requirements, boundaries, and what's the other thing? I can't think of it right now.
How are you answering that question for a woman who's a wife?
Because you know you are what you are.
Teaching is for them to know right away that they are.
No, that's what I'm saying. You don't know. Sometimes you don't know. Sometimes it's the corny guy, because there's a bunch of stories about the corny guy that you never seen yourself with. And I've been with him for 15, 20 years.
You what?
I don't know what he's talking about right now.
Yes.
So that
No, I understand exactly where he's coming from. I don't know why she's trying to downplay his message and what he's trying to say. He's saying that usually women will get with a certain type of guy, or they'll prioritize certain types of characteristics over others. And the guys who are really good with women, they know how to keep that persona a little bit longer. And then they have the bad boy energy. So the same thing that a woman might say she appreciates from a guy being a bad guy or bad boy, he's a little distant, he don't prioritize her, things like that. That's gonna make her even more attracted to him sometimes, especially if she already attracted to him off the physical. Let's say other things are aligned with that, she's gonna prioritize that. Usually D is the first thing they can get inside a woman's head completely. But we know time and time again that a woman gets with the guy who is so-called corny, rock out with him, and they married, got kids, the whole nine. You feel me? Because usually women sometimes later on see that the guy that's best for them ain't always the guy that they just see. But they usually want that guy later on when sometimes they already done made bad decisions with the guy that was wrong for them. But let's continue.
It might be somebody introducing people. I'm talking about you going out and being a certain person, right? Or becoming a certain person. To change your reality, I just made a video about this. You change your personality. It's simple. Because to get different results, you have to become something different, or something different has to happen, right? So if you want us, we know if we attracting that same thing, something is off. You don't just, that don't just happen. Because you
It can work both ways. You're talking about a funny guy, but if you need a guy.
I'm saying that there are guys, I put it this way, any woman who's dealt with several guys, there was guys you liked in the beginning and guys you didn't like in the beginning, but none of them are here. You understand what I'm saying to you? And so inside of that space, right, there may have been an evaluation process or no evaluation process at all. You know what I'm saying? You got to have boundaries and requirements.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You have to have that.
Boundaries and requirements.
Yeah, and you got to give some things some time. What I've learned is that a lot of women are in a rush.
Here, go, please.
A lot of women are in a rush. Give her that goddamn microphone.
Hold on, I want to say something real quick. He cooked right there, man. The guys that you found attractive and unattractive, nobody's there. So, are your standards too high? Do you want too much? Are you hard to please? I think sometimes at that point we gotta look within. I do believe we're in a society today to where it's just too many options on multiple sides. Male and female, we got a lot of options to choose from. Or at least we feel like we do. You know, you can constantly just swipe people to the left and to the right, just like you can order an Amazon package, you can get it in 2 days, and then you can be on to the next item. I think we got to reconstruct our mindsets to where we are appreciative of the little things, the simple things. But it's hard to do that sometimes in people because we feel like we want to distance ourselves and separate ourselves from so many to where we just don't want to be around anybody sometimes.
That's what she said, because if you're talking about you hold yourself accountable if you're dating someone for 3 weeks and you know from day one that they not
talking about something different.
but then you talk about give them some time. Like, what's
Hey,
the
listen,
what
so-
what are we talking about?
So I know that it contradicts what she says, and it's intended to, because you don't always know in the beginning. Now, based on what she's saying, you have to remember she's speaking for her.
And I'm talking about energy. That's what I'm talking about.
Energy.
My energy.
You understand what I'm saying to you? So when you're in a space where you are, you didn't met guys that you liked at first. Every woman in here has met guys that they like at first.
That's what I feel like is a timing thing too. Look, timing is a real thing, and it's a such thing called perfect timing. So it's not that you didn't like him at first and now you like him. Things change. Your energy changes all the time.
And the person maybe changes. We don't know if they changing or they just showing the real them.
So that's what I was going to ask right there. So do you feel like they're showing up as the representative?
Everybody shows up as the representative.
Right.
Everybody.
A woman that shows up in makeup is showing up as a representative.
That has nothing to do with nothing.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. No. I don't think everybody shows up as their representative. I'm be honest. I think a lot of guys sometimes genuinely come out as them. It's just we have to suppress some of the things that isn't deemed as attractive. You feel me? Most of us, we try and come out and be ourselves because that's the first thing a woman says is be yourself. But that's not attractive to y'all. So why would I come out there and be myself 100% if I know if it's going to turn you off, especially if I want to get in the door or if I just like you? But look at all these women right here. They all dolled up in a certain way to where they do not look like themselves if they were to strip all that down. And I would think someone would probably be a little bit prettier. But you got all this makeup on, you got all the weave on, you got this extra accessories on. We don't know who you are.
That's not me.
Everybody shows up as a representative.
I mean, it's so like that. I need a haircut. I'm bald, but last time I saw you were bald. What are you doing with hair?
Right.
No, you.
Everybody shows up as a representative. Listen, let me tell you why I'm saying that.
Please elaborate.
I'm excited about you. You're excited about me. I'm going to bring what I think is the best version of me, and you're going to bring what you think is the best version of you.
Yeah.
But there are other versions, and so that's why I'm saying that. Ain't nothing wrong. Well, you're supposed to bring out your best shit. That's what you're supposed to do. You know what I mean? But let's be clear. Where the disappointment comes in is if this is your best shit, and this is you.
That's your best and that's you. To a lot of people, that is the truth. You need to come out somewhat equally yoked to who you really are, to what you're trying to portray. Because I know a lot of people, they'll try and put on, they might have more excess resources than what they have. I know, man, and I hate to say this about, I know guys and girls, but I know a chick specifically that will believe they can put things on to make themselves look better, but in their life is chaotic. You know, no purpose. They have no drive. They have no real standard, but they present themselves like they just the bomb.com. It's like, what are we doing here? Usually guys can only hide it so much. Guys can only present themselves to be something that they're not enough, but a woman can go above and beyond with it. Like I said, once you get dolled up, you look very classy. But behind the scenes, you could be sleeping on an air mattress.
That's when we had a problem.
Are they all not you? I'm confused. Are they all not you?
No, I'm just saying, we don't know.
So would this be a better way to explain it for you, Chelsea? Like someone showing up as a representative, and that's why like it may not.
Oh, and she got on what them is them Jordan 1s or them dunks? She's a scammer.
you specifically, but it may take 3 weeks to realize. I don't know why we had the 3 weeks, but
If we're talking to you guys, are
Chelsea shit
talking,
on 3 weeks.
y'all talking to your audience, and we want to know, as predominantly women here, you're talking about wives finding a husband. You know, we're hearing, you know, I don't want to sound like I'm going against the grain, but it's like two different things. Is it that you give things some time, or is it you know the energy from Jump Street? Like, what is it? Because especially based off of what you just said, if they putting their best foot forward, and if I'm not mistaken, statistics say it's like 3 to 6 months that you don't get to see a real version of somebody. So what is it?
So let me interject for 1 second. Let me interject for a second, because now we get into that question that I asked you, because I was trying to understand before I gave a definitive answer, like what are we talking about? So if what you just said was becoming a wife, right, and then trying to find the husband, right? So yeah, absolutely. You have to understand. So when I started off at the very, very, very beginning, I was talking about ingredients. And again, yes, I am giving my perspective, right? What I consider someone to be a wife. And honestly, I've talked to a lot of men, and we kind of all, high level men, we kind of all see things the same way, right? We don't care about the materialistic stuff women care about at all. We don't care about the makeup. We don't care about the hair. None of that. We care about the things that I said. Softness, accountability. Accountability.
It's a big one.
Self.
I'm gonna say one more thing. Self-accountability.
That's right.
And I say that.
Why you said the same man on the same tone each time? Because it is very important. Okay. Hold on.
And it's almost impossible to find. That's why I said it that many times. It is. I'm not doing it. Yes, I'm a man. I've traveled the entire world.
Looks like.
It looks like this. It looks, yes. Yes, for a woman to be in a situation and to be able to look at the scenario that happened and see what she did wrong in the situation. That is what I'm saying. Admit it. And then
that is one of the hardest qualities, I think, for women to actually have in her repertoire. Women like accountability. They don't want to feel wrong. They have more ego sometimes than guys when it comes. Bro, we will literally relinquish our power just to make our woman happy. We will relinquish the power and strength that we so-called have to make our woman happy. But our women won't do the same. They can be wrong and they'll just twist it away to wiggle their way back out without even saying that, yeah, I was wrong. They'll give you ass instead of telling you that they was wrong. What type of trade-off is that? I need you to be a woman that's willing to say, like, yeah, I was wrong. They'll just be like, just stop it, be quiet. They'll try and be sweet with you, and it's like, I don't want to hear that. I need to know that you can listen and that you can be. I'm very accountable for the things that I do. When I'm wrong and when I'm right. We fighting a losing battle sometimes with that one.
admit it, not to just know it, because of course she knows it, but to admit it. But anyway, not going to stay that long. So I was just saying that, so I was given the characteristics of what, because oftentimes I think, and just from my friends, when we sit around and do the kickbacks at the house and stuff like that, I hear my girls go and the things that they value and consider to be what they bring to the table in a relationship and what should make them valuable is completely contrary to what men say. It's completely contrary. It's completely contrary, right? Well, again, I was saying that if a woman is supportive, kind, agreeable, accountable, soft, nurturing. Oh, their examples. Oh, they care about the degrees, the job they got, if they're boss B, all of that stuff. If they, how their hair look, how their makeup look, how they smell. We don't give a shit. And then you get mad because we dated the waitress.
Right. Because the waitress was fucking soft. And she was agreeable. And she was nice. That's it.
Agreeable is a real serious thing to listen, because ladies, and it's always like the sister thing that has nothing to do with it. Sometimes just being agreeable make a man's day. Yeah. Because if he's already got this and that going on, he can come as his partner. You know what I'm saying?
But
Your time's
let's
coming.
talk about-
Your time's coming, Tina.
Let's talk about.
Give it a mic.
And I'm gonna get back to you, Chelsea. I want to finish that second
You
part.
say that being agreeable is accepting, but sometimes, and we have to be realistic too. Some men, it's more to it than being agreeable. Some men want a dummy.
What's a dummy?
A dummy is someone who's just gonna roll with everything they do, everything they say.
See, this is
Hold on. But if you, before she cook, because I know she about to. If you pick the guy that you deem as a leader, as a valuable guy, has done something with himself, why do you feel like he's gonna make you feel like a dummy? And why do you feel like you can't follow his lead? Women don't understand that they self-sabotage a lot of the situations that they're in, just based off the thoughts of them being strong, independent, and probably black. Why do you need to lead with that narrative? You're gonna doom yourself in every situation that you get into doing that. Relinquish yourself to your guy. Previous video that I came out with, a lot of women think they're above their guy. The brother spoke wisdom, but people don't really want to receive that. Women don't want to receive that, to say like, hey, you can be so powerful without feeling like you needs to step on his toes.
what I'm saying. Be aligned with somebody, because you won't have to be going back and forth about this
and that's true.
things. So I don't
but I'm
know.
just saying, I'm just throwing it out there because it's been circumstances like that. Whereas you can be that soft lady, that agreeable person, and this person still will run over top of you and do all the things that, it's like, why would you do these things when I'm already here for you? I'm trying to do the best I can with you, but you're still out here doing whatever. I know situations like that with what he's saying. You do want someone that's agreeable. You do want someone who's going to be there for you, the way he needs her to be. But when she is that, and you're still, some men just definitely want somebody that they could just do whatever they want to do. I mean, do you agree with that?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
So if I finish my thought with her, so now you have defined what a woman who is operating in her divine femininity is, right? Then you have to say, what does it look like for a man that's operating in his divine femininity? He's not running over top of you when you give him leeway, right? Yes. He's not playing games. He's exactly who he says he is. He's not a liar, right? So then you know who you are because you're operating in your divine femininity. Now you literally have written down what your definition of a man operating in his divine masculinity is, right? And now you're looking for the alignment, right? So that's what I would say to you. Know who you are, know what you're trying to be, know what it means to be operating in your divine femininity, and then know what it is when a man's operating in his divine masculinity.
To your best of their ability.
To the best
I'm
of
gonna say this real quick too, man. A lot of these chicks acting like they don't know the type of guy that they get with. Man, you know if that dude can deal with other chicks. You know if he really want a serious situation or if he want to still play the field. You kind of know. And I'm going to be honest, if that man is a guy like that, you need to be aware of the situation that you possibly about to get yourself into. A lot of things, too, y'all always trying to change men. The guy is going to be the type of guy in the very beginning. If he's a cheating type of guy or he's a ladies' man, he going to be a ladies' man. If he ain't one, he's not going to be one. But a lot of y'all don't want the guy that's not a ladies' man. Y'all want the guy who can get bitches. And I mean, y'all biology is kind of designed like that, but at the same time, it's part of y'all detriment as well. It's a catch-22. Y'all usually get with the supposed to be the strongest suitor, but sometimes that suitor, the traits y'all looking at, he don't have the other qualities that actually take care of y'all through y'all lifetime or get you out of a bad situation. So now y'all whole dating strategy is effed in 2025 in the age of social media because you can't choose correctly. You're going at it the right way, kinda, but it's misconstrued because those guys don't fit the qualities to actually help you survive in 2025.
their ability. Sure, absolutely. What other question?
To the best of whose ability, the man's?
The
Yeah.
woman's, because he
yours,
said as a
definitely.
woman operating in your divine femininity, then he said look for someone operating in their
Right.
divine masculinity. And I said to the best of our ability to
what,
look
find
for
or
that.
which
Yes.
So let me speak to that for a second. And that goes back to what I said about when I was jokingly saying, well, not jokingly, because this is really what I say to my guys. They'd be like, yo, all women are expensive, just find the one that's in your tax bracket. I'm talking about your ability, right? So your softness or you being agreeable might not be the same as another woman. That woman might be at a higher level of it, right? But you operate at the level you're on, and then you have defined what a man operating in his divine masculinity looks like, right? But some guys are not going to wake up 5 a.m. every single morning. He might wake up 7 or whatever it is, right? You find the one that's kind of equal alignment. That's what I'm talking about. Alignment. Yeah. Yeah,
It'll
alignment.
save you a lot of
Energy, heart rate.
all of it, because I mean, and it's not to say, it's not like you're looking for perfection. You're looking for alignment. And they're two different things.
Two completely different things.
Yeah.
Yes.
But alignment is going to actually, I feel like it's going to save you a lot of time, though. It's not going to be the back and forth, the pull, and that's too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, being aligned, but just remember to be all the things that you're looking for in other people. Seriously, because people neglect that. They always talk about what they're looking for, and it's like, are you that? Like,
No, be that.
yeah, be that.
Yeah.
Be what you're looking for.
Be what you're like.
All right, y'all, drop some comments.
Okay, I want to piggyback on that. Hey, look at Cuz in the middle, but he just like contemplating on everything that was said. That whole be exactly what you're looking for, that's gonna be dicey to a certain degree. Slightly dicey. I understand it for sure. Two things can be true at the same time. Yes, you should probably try and be equally yoked to a certain degree to the partner that you're trying to acquire. But at the same time, if let's say you want someone that's high earning, but you a boss babe as well, that might have a conflict. Because if he's very successful, he probably don't care about the woman's money that he's going to be getting with. Now, he might care about your mind and your intellect, or how understanding or how nurturing you are. See, I think you need to probably, that whole equally yoked you need to be equally yoked in the categories that he probably appreciates. Because if you feel like you're equally yoked in all the categories that he probably doesn't care about, then it's going to have a disconnect. And it's going to be like, I don't really like her like that, man. There's certain things that she good at with me, but it's other things where it's like, it's not fun, or it's not exactly what I want. And I think that's where the disconnect comes. And then later on down the line, both of y'all start wondering and like, oh man, I was with them. It was cool, but I don't really like this too much, or this right here never panned out the right way. So I think, honestly, if you can really understand, and when we talk about divine femininity, divine masculinity, that sounds cool and all, hearing the divine version of it. But both parties are going to have masculine and feminine energy. We live in a duality-based system. You're going to have both energies in you. How well does one balance out the two? Or how well does one person? I think that's one of them things where, of course, within us, it's going to be imbalance. Men are probably going to be a little more masculine for sure. Not even a little bit. It's going to be like that. And women should be a little more feminine. But in today's society, the women are kind of a little imbalanced when it comes to them being a little more masculine and feminine. So that's probably the one thing that, to get balance, you need imbalance when it comes down to finding the key characteristics or the counterpoints in another. But a lot of women don't understand that the way how they date in 2025 is not going to be conducive to a fortunate future. Like we said, men are going to do what they got to do just to probably acquire sex. A lot of men probably don't want, or they're going to accept not being in relationships more than women will. Women definitely want long-term relationships. They can sit here and say they don't. They like being alone. They'll have situationships because women love the attention. They want someone to thirst after them. We don't get that, so we don't care about the whole. If we can't get a relationship, we just gonna probably just get into the hobbies that we really like and find our happiness through that. But women, on the other hand, are always gonna still be dealing in the dating market. They're never gonna get out. A woman says she's celibate, she's not really celibate. There's somebody there feeding that attention, feeding that ego. For a woman to really disconnect from men, she has to be really, really broken or cooked. But for most women, they're still gonna be dibbling and dabbling, dealing with a guy here and there, situations until they really find a true candidate. But yeah, man, you could tell a lot of the women in the crowd, they just really had no sense of. A lot of women have no sense of dating and reality in 2025, man. Reality is going out the window. From the way how everybody dress. Like, men still dress pretty simple. Look at the guy, bruh. Just based off this picture right here that y'all looking at. Look at the guys. Look at the woman. She look good. I'm not saying her to say what she got on looks bad. But just look at the difference of how much, how simple men are. opposed to how flashy women are with the hair and everything. Men, we don't get that opportunity. We have to come as ourselves. So to say men bring representatives out to meeting a woman is a fallacy. It's crazy. Women overwhelmingly bring representatives. They don't look like what they say they look like. They don't smell what they really smell like. They don't have the things that they say that they have when it comes to finances and other things, the habits. You know, they'll say they do things, but they really don't do them. They might have done it one time, but they just they attach that as an attribute. It's so much cappery. Trust me, it's only so much a guy can actually cap, to where you'll know his schedule and what he really does. Because men, we're creatures of habit. Usually our routine is going to be our routine for a while until something new pops into it that we can kind of shift it. But we're definitely creatures of habit. But women, they're really erratic, and the things that they say they do, they really don't do it. They just only done it one time. So, but let me get y'all thoughts. This ain't a women bash episode. We just bringing out the reality to how dating confuses women. I mean, both genders. Let me get y'all thoughts on this. I'll have it linked, or the channel link, so y'all can check out their content. I thought this was a good back and forth discussion or whatnot. I liked how I appreciated the perspectives from everyone. The woman on the stage, she had a very good base perspective for sure that can help women with advice or whatnot. And yeah, the guys as well. But make sure y'all like this video. Y'all comment below. This is JayBReacts, and until next time, y'all, peace.